Hey everyone, so you're trying to figure out how to build a career as a software engineer. And let's be honest, it can feel pretty overwhelming. Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise. We are breaking down the entire roadmap, step by step, from the skills you need on day one to landing that dream job, all based on an awesome guide from Algo Academy. Let's dive in. So, what is the actual roadmap to a successful software career? It's a huge question, right? With all the different languages, frameworks, and advice out there, it can honestly feel kind of paralyzing. But don't worry, we're going to break it down into a clear, straightforward journey. Just think of this as your personal GPS for the road ahead.
All right, part one. Every single great building and every great career needs a rock-solid foundation. So we're going to start with the absolute essentials, the stuff you're going to build everything else on top of. And here's the kicker. Half of this foundation has pretty much nothing to do with writing code.
Think about your skill set as being held up by two giant pillars. On one side, you've got your technical skills, data structures, algorithms, the nuts and bolts of coding. Those are absolutely non-negotiable. But on the other side, you've got soft skills. See, in today's world, coding is a team sport. Your ability to communicate, to collaborate, and to solve problems with people is what turns a good coder into a truly great engineer.
And these skills are so critical because they define how effective you really are. Good communication, that prevents bugs and misunderstandings. Teamwork, that's how you build complex, amazing products. Time management ensures you actually deliver. But right at the heart of it all is your mindset, your ability to adapt, to get creative, and to figure out solutions to problems you've never even seen before. That is the core of engineering.
Okay, so you've been working on the skills. Now what? How do you actually prove you have them? Well, a resume can list your abilities, but a project portfolio is where you show them. It's the difference between just telling someone you can do something and actually demonstrating it.
And this right here is such a crucial point. I mean, anybody can write Python on a resume, but a portfolio, that's tangible proof. A link to a project you built or a GitHub repository shows an employer you can actually build, debug, and ship a real application from scratch.
As the source material puts it so well, personal projects are how you demonstrate not just your skills, but your advanced skills and your creativity. They show that you have passion, that you can go beyond just what's assigned to you, and that you can build something that is uniquely yours.
Now, starting a big project can feel super intimidating. I get it, but this framework here makes it totally manageable. First, you define your scope. What are you actually trying to build? Then, you create a detailed plan with smaller, bite-sized tasks. From there, you figure out your resources, and this is the most important part, you monitor your progress and adjust as you go. This is exactly how professional teams operate, and following this proves you can already think like one.
All right, you've built up your skills. Your portfolio is looking sharp. Now it's time for what can feel like the final boss, the job interview. This is where all that hard work pays off, and you connect your experience directly to what a company needs.
The coding interview can sound terrifying, but let's just demystify it for a second. At its core, it's not really a test of what you already know. It's an assessment of how you think. The interviewers want to see you break down a complex problem, weigh different approaches, and clearly communicate your logic, all while writing clean, working code. So how in the world do you prepare for that? The secret is deliberate practice. Grinding through challenges on sites like LeetCode helps you recognize common patterns. Mock interviews get you used to the pressure. And notice what else is on this list. Building real projects and contributing to open source. Why? Because applying your skills in a real-world setting is hands down the best preparation you can possibly get.
If you only remember one thing from this whole section, make it this. Do not code in silence. Seriously. The interviewer cares way more about your thought process than getting the perfect final answer. Explain your logic, talk about the trade-offs of your approach, and narrate your solution as you build it. This shows you're a collaborative problem solver, not just a quiet coder.
So, congratulations, you did it. You landed the job. But guess what? The journey doesn't stop there. Not even close. Real long-term career success is all about continuous learning and growth. So let's take a look at what comes next.
The career path from junior to senior is a really clear evolution. When you're a junior developer, your main focus is on learning and delivering well-defined tasks. But as you grow into a senior role, that focus completely shifts. You start mentoring others, making big architectural decisions, and thinking strategically about how technology impacts the entire business.
And as you start taking on more and more responsibility, it's incredibly common to experience imposter syndrome. That feeling, that nagging thought that you don't really belong and that any day now you'll be found out as a fraud. Look, it happens to everyone, from the newest junior dev to the most seasoned veteran. The important part is knowing how to manage it. So here are some really powerful strategies to fight back. Keep a list of your accomplishments, your wins. Surround yourself with a network of peers and mentors who can give you some perspective. And most importantly, embrace a growth mindset. See challenges as opportunities to learn, not as tests you might fail.
Just remembering that this feeling is a totally normal part of the journey is half the battle.
So there you have it, a complete roadmap from building your foundation all the way to long-term career growth. The path is clear and the strategies are proven. The only question left is the one you see on the screen right now. What will you build next?